Yeah.
We didn't have to do that.
Yeah, but Dad, you were meant to be there. My wasn't told not to.
What's his name told us to?
Really?
Sorry, your dad's not making the rules today.
I know. True.
Sorry, what's his name?
Billy.
Yeah, Billy. He told me, he was like, he said, I'm happy for you guys to do this practice.
And then so after that, yeah, what's that?
Your dad's rambling, he's just mad.
I feel like it is. Stop it going triple or keep going?
Ready, Mark? Yep. Set!
Okay, riders, random start. Riders, ready, watch the game.
Guide up.
Super trouble. I'm not sure now. When you're ready.
Set!
Okay, riders, random start. Riders, ready, watch the game.
That's all this one. Another guy needs you?
Wait a minute. I'm not gonna do too hard than I've done.
I'll just do it. I'll drop the air, you're up.
Okay, riders, random start. Riders, ready, watch the game.
What's it doing?
Guide up.
Yeah. No question why I wipe my tire. I don't know why. I do it every single lap. It's like a mental thing. You can leave the gate down, because I won't come back up.
Set!
Okay, riders, random start. Riders, ready, watch the game.
What a massive stitch. come around the corner, it's just stitched. Oh. You ready? Yeah. Set!
Okay, riders, random start. Riders, ready, watch the gate.
Yep. Go down.
Can we have all officials to the shipping container at 12:20 for an official briefing, please? All officials.
Lucky last, old boy. Yeah. Wind's picking up a little bit. Down third, it's like a headwind. What are you doing? What are you doing? Not being much boring. This is last watching now. You say when, Byron? Yeah. Set.
Okay, riders, random start. Riders, ready, watch the gate.
Nothing. That's it, Marcus.
Yeah,
He's done.
I'll just lay him down.
Yep.
Here we go.
There you go, Billy, Billy. So how do you go there? Clearly after our talk this morning, in his practice, he only cleared that once.
Yeah, I know.
So who goes over and says, we're pulling supercars?
I ain't.
I'll tell him. Really doesn't like it.
I think that. You can't have one and not the other.
Well, no, I don't.
So, they will just, yeah, you can't have one and not the other.
Like I was just saying, if I all depends on the wind, get cut off.
You can't.
Wind's picking up now, so. Better cut that early.
Oh, right there, I can't hear. Where's the other one you're talking about?
There's another one over there.
Ah, okay, this one.
Yeah, right. You've got to jump across the web patches here. Patches just walk through, you've got to jump like that and then you have to go down. You've got to do it 3 times off the gate to get it. And off the gun. Oh, there? Didn't you use your sequence? You roll down there. You got to ride that wing. Yeah, like you got to hit high up. So and he's like very
Where's the chips, Michael?
Well, I think they're over there.
Oh, okay.
Fish and chips. Fish and chips.
Yeah, and then what's that over there?
That's coffee and then down the middle is like even though
Come in, we'll go and get you some chips, though.
go get some chips and I'll eat some.
Boy?
You want to take your jacket off?
No, it's too cold.
Get down the chair.
Where's Millie?
Should have run there.
Can I have all?
You want chips out of the car? Don't you like hot chips? Thanks for it.
Can I have all the officials to the shipping container, please? All the officials.
Come down this way and we'll see Kirsten. And then we'll go back to the car. There's another gate here.
And we'll go back to the car.
Come on, we'll go this way then. We'll go and get the jump. And then when the kids race, you can sit underneath that tent down there if you want. You can't see nothing, mate.
No, you can't.
Also, riders, we will have a riders briefing at 25 past 12 at the bottom of the staging gate, please. So 25 past 12. All riders, please. And under the age of 16, you'll need to have a parent as well, please. So just remember that. Thank you.
All right, riders. If we can get down for the riders briefing, down between turn 1, turn 2. All riders to the staging area so we get the riders briefing underway. Any rider under the age of 16 does need a parent here as well.
Excited? Let's go race.
Right, riders, we're ready to get this state round underway. First up is our mini wheelers. If I can get Lacey, Kai and Darcy to the start position.
Cruisers 8 to 10 boys, cruisers 13 to 14 boys, cruisers 35 to 39, then the super class, men in the super class. Okay?
Right, we're good to go when you are, Mick. All right, our first race is underway. We've had mini wheelers. It's Lacey, Kai, Darcy, Georgina, and another Lacey out on track. 5 out strong, and it looks like Hepburn's got a nice little start there on the 322 bike, but it's the number 16 of Kai that looks like he's got the lead at the moment. Then I think Georgina on the outside sitting in the second position. But it's still Kai on the pedals out in front as he pushes towards the home. Looks like it might be Georgina Pemberton that's slotted up into the second. Then it's going to be Darcy, I think, sitting in the third, but then it's going to come back to the number 26 rider, which is going to be Lacey Campbell coming in fourth at this stage. Win's going to go to Kai on this one. All right, as we get ready, it is our under 5 sprocket starting to get into position. It is going to be Ari, Liam, and Seth on track, all from Southern City. Looks like we're set, ready to go. Gate drops and we're away on our first race for the day from the hill. It is Ari, Liam and Seth on track. Looks like it's a strong start. It's going to be Seth, I reckon, on the 25. Yes, it is Seth Noy out in the lead at the moment. Then it's going to come back to Liam on the 320 at the moment, followed by the 23 rider of Ari. It is still the 25 of Seth. Now got a nice little lead out in front as he powers down this second straight. Up he goes down, now working towards the second berm. Not too far behind though is Liam as he's to come down the second straight as well. And it's our 23 rider of Liam, of Ari as well in the mix. Second straight's done for our leader though, and it is Seth that's going to power down the ribbon section now, opening up a nice little lead as he heads for the third and final turn. Into the third straight now is Liam as he also gets into the ribbon section, starting to work his way down through all of it. But it is our leader who's now on the hope for home. It is going now to the finish line. It is going to go the way of Seth Noy on the 21. All right, next on gate is our 7 sprockets, Ryder, Jackson, Archie, Carson, Jackson and Logan. Gate drops and away we go. It is Ryder, Jackson, Archie, Carson, Jackson and Logan out on track. Looks like it is going to be a strong start. It is going to be Logan out in front on the number 19 bike, and I'm going to wait for numbers to come around to see who's going to slot into the second position. It is going to be the 61 in the second, which is going to be Jackson Jones coming down into the second position, followed by the 192 rider, which is going to be Ryder in the third. As we turn back around to our leader, though, it is the familiar face, number 19 of Logan Chapman out in the lead as he powers down his home track, trying to open up that gap on the number 61. Still Jackson's trying to keep there, but it's going to be Logan at this stage as he turns and heads for home. It's going to be Logan at the moment all the way in the front now, and he heads for the final finish line. Coming back through the field, it is going to be Jackson Jones in the second. Then we are going to come back to our Launceston rider, which is going to be Carson Tuck, I think. No, it is our 192. It's Ryder sitting in the third position. And then we're going to come back, and it's going to be Archie, I believe, in the fourth with Jackson there as well. All right, looks like we're set on our 8 boys, brought to you by Hobart Strength Training. Gate drops and we're off on this one. It is Geordie, Marty, Oliver, Isaiah, Vito, George and Logan. Strong start it is going to be Mason out in front, Geordie from Wynyard BMX Park, but the number 77 of Marty Pemberton has gone with him. Only half a bike in it as he starts to try close him down, but it is still the number 67 of Geordie out in the front at the moment. It's about a bike in it between as we come back through. It is going to come back after that. It's going to be our Launceston rider, which I think might be Jacob. Going to wait for a number. It's a 747. It is... no, Vito is the third. But it is still Geordie out in front with Pemberton on his tail, but it's going to go the way of Geordie unless there's a fast finish by Pemberton. He's trying. He's all over his back wheel, but it is going to go Geordie. All right, up on track next. It is our 10 boys. Brought to you by Jack Field. Harrison, Nixon, Landon, Jacob, Cameron, Chase and Fitzy out on track. Strong start on the inside by Launceston rider, but Nicholas Sweet's going with him. I'll have to wait for the numbers. It's 2-1-2. It's Harrison who's got the lead at the moment. Oh, Mason's been boxed in a little bit there, and it's 3 wide in the second position, but it's the number 19, Sweet, who's slopped up into second at this stage. Mason sitting in the third, trying to close him down. He's going to have to make a move in the berm. It is still Nicholas Sweet holding on to the narrowest of second at the moment, but it is the 2-1-2 of Launceston at the moment, which is going to be Harrison out in the lead, trying to find a way past him. He's all over his back wheel, and here comes a move by Mason. He's gone underneath Nicholas, and another move's been made there to see... God, Jacob, I think, there might have slotted up as well into the third. MKH Contracting bringing you 13 boys. Gate drops on this. It is a full gate, which is exciting to see. It's Billy, Noah, Baxter, Grace, Max, Talon, Tyler, and Bailey out on track. It looks like it might be Grace Feeling just in the second position, sitting behind Baxter. Headlam's in the third. Might be Noah there in the fourth. Oh, slotted up underneath. It might have been Billy Russell as well in the mix there. But at this moment, it is our leader. It's going to be Baxter with Grace Fielding trying to close him down. She's got all the moves on her home track. Can she make it happen? It's only half a bike in it. Headlam sitting in the third. Then we're coming back to Beach in the fourth. And then it's Talon in the fifth. And then it's Billy sitting in the sixth. I think Bailey as well is in the mix. But our leader is going to be Baxter on this one. He's going to take this one with Fielding sitting in the second. Then we're going to come back to Headlam. And then it's a fast finishing. Oh, I think it might have been Beach just. "14 boys up. Detector Inspector is our sponsor on this one. Gate drops on this one, and we are away and racing. Detector Inspector, 14 boys. Jack, Nate, Hugo, Chad, and Parker. Looks like it might be the 44. It's going to be Jake Butterworth out in front, and then we're going to come back, and it is going to be the number 15 sitting in the second position, which is going to be Hugo. Then as we work our way back through Launceston rider, it's going to have to be Nate, I reckon, sitting in the third. Oh, Barry's trying to make a move on him and pushed him a bit wide, but it hasn't worked out for him, and it is still going to be Barry in the fourth. Lost a bit of speed there in that move, and it is going to go back to our leader. It is going to be the 44, which is going to be Jake sitting on the win on this one. 16 boys, brought to you by Scooter Stop and RCBO. Lennox, Jackson, Oliver and Sean out on track. Strong start, looks like it might be Beams out in the lead as well, but it looks like Jacko's gone with him, and then it might be Lennox in the third. It is Jacko sitting in the second position, trying to close down Beams on number 13. As we come back through, it is then going to come back to Lennox on the number 20. What is Lennox? The 22 bike is Lennox in the third, which then puts Sean in the fourth. But it's moves being made, but here it's trying to be Lennox as he finds a way past. Jacko sitting there, and he's lost a bit of speed through that rhythm section leg. He's found a way past, but the wind's going to go to Ollie Beams. Looks like Lennox is going to grab the second, with Jacko coming in the third, and then it's going to come back to Sean in the fourth. Right, 39 man. Detector Inspector is our sponsor on this one. Gate drops on this one and we away. All right, it looks like might be Noy out in the lead at this stage. Might be, I think it is going to be, Noy sitting out in the front. Then we're going to come back to our 32 rider, which is going to be Aaron in the second, coming back through the field. And then we are going to come back to, might be our 309, is it? No, it's our 646 rider, which is going to be Michael Tuck sitting in the third. And it is still Noy out in the lead as he turns for the final turn and heads for home. And Noy's going to take this one out comfortably. All right, it's our 45 to 49 men. Gate drops and away we go with Ben, Brad and Matthew out on track. Strong start by, looks like Frenchie on the outside over Ben Oxley on the inside. Can he make it across? He has, and he's got the lead at this stage over Oxley. Then we're going to come back to Brad in the third. But it is going to be the 89 rider of Matthew French out in the lead at the moment from Wynyard BMX Park, coming back to Oxley in the second position, and it is Brad in the third. The second straight's done for our leader as he works through the rim section on that DK bike and he pushes down to the final turn and heads for home. Frenchie's got this under control at the moment with Oxley sitting comfortably in the second, Brad in the third. And how they started is how they're going to finish on this one. All right, 17 to 24 women, sponsored by Margaret Williams. Sarah Rushworth, Isabel Beams, Claire Farrell, Claire Tonks, and Hannah Payton out on track. And it is a strong start by Izzy Beams in the lead at the moment. It looks like might be Claire sitting in second. Hannah's trying to find a way past, and Sarah's there as well. Hannah's gone under Claire and trying to make a move into that second position. It's popped up side by side. Can she keep the speed going as Claire's right on her inside there, trying to make a way past. Squeezes across. Where's it going to go? It's going to Hannah come out just in the lead at this stage. It is Beams out in front, and Hannah holding onto the slimmest of margins in second, followed by Claire in the third. Then we're going to come back to the 11 rider of Sarah sitting in fourth position, and then we're going to come back to Claire as well in the fifth as well. Round to the final turn we go, and it is Beams heading for the finish line now, and it's going to go the way of Beams. The second position at the moment, still holding on to Hannah, but Claire's finishing fast. Can she get there to the finish? Oh, only just. $30 to 34 men, JD Builds. Gate drops and away we go. It is Duncombe and Kingston out on track. It is Duncombe in the lead, followed by Duncombe in second. We'll get it worked out in a moment. It is going to be Justin out in the lead over Matty just at this stage, and then we're going to come back to Kyle in the third. Down the second straight they go, and it is Justin opening up a nice little lead over his brother Matty. Everything to play for here between these two brothers as glory rides here today. It is still going to be Justin out in the lead at the moment. Matt's trying to find a way to close it down, but it ain't going to happen in this race, I don't think. He's going to have to figure out a way in the second, and it's going to go to Kingston in the third, and that's how they're going to finish. All right, we're out with our 9 boys, sponsored by RCBO Electrical. It is Lucas, Dougie, Mason, Levi, and Max out on track. Looks like it might be Holzner on the 27 up in front at the moment. It might be Dougie sitting there in the second, just behind him on the number 41. It is Dougie in the second. As we work our way back through the field, Dougie's taking the inside line, trying to find a way past Max, but he's still got a bit of a lead at this stage. Holding on to comfortable home track advantage at the moment. Then it is the number 55 coming up in the third position, which is going to be Lucas sitting in third as he comes into the third. But he's under pressure by the fourth position at the moment. I have to get a number as we come around the corner. What can happen here? But it is going to go Max on the leader at this stage, followed by Dougie. I think it is going to be 55 of Lucas that holds onto it just. All right, 11 girls up next, sponsored by Detector Inspector.
Okay, riders, random start. Riders, ready, watch the game.
All right, we've got Samantha, Bristol, and Charlie out on track. It is 2 Launceston riders and a Wynyard rider, so no hometown advantage today as we come down that first straight. Going to wait for a number to pop up. It looks like it's going to be a Launceston rider out in front. It is the number 1T, which is going to be Samantha Carr out in the lead, but the 81's not too far behind with Bristol right on her tail, trying to find a way past. She's all over the back wheel there, looking for a move. Can she make it at this stage? Not quite. Working into the rhythm section they go. It is still going to be Carroll out in the lead, followed by Bristol in the second. We have Evans in third from Wynyard BMX Park as they work their way down that third straight. Turning for the final turn towards home. It is still going to be Samantha holding on to the narrowest of leads at the moment. It is about a bike and a half in it, but it is going to go the way of Samantha, followed by Bristol, followed by Charlie. All right, away we go on our Detector Inspector 14 girls. It is going to be Amelia, Chelsea, Emily, Isabel, and Lily out on track. All right, it is going to be our 119 rider out in front, which is Lily out in front, followed by the number 15, which is going to be Isabel Robinson in the second as they work their way down. Then it's going to come back, and I think it's going to be Chelsea sitting in third at the moment. It is going to be a strong lead, though, by Lily Farrell. She works her way down the third, but it is Bella that's holding on to the second position. Chelsea's in the third as they work their way down to the third and final turn for home. And this one is going to go the way of Lily Farrell for the win. And it looks like it is going to be Bella that's going to hold on to the second. But a fast finishing number 14, I think it is Emily's trying to find a way up into the fourth. Can't quite get there, though. It is going to be Chelsea in the third. Cruiser 8 to 10 boys out on track. It is going to be Geordie, Landon, Arden, Isaiah, and Nicholas Sweet. It is going to be Sweet and looks like Mason out there in the lead, but Mason's got the inside light on him at the moment. Nicholas has gone high, trying to find a bit of speed into that second straight. They're going to pop out side by side, but it is still going to be the number 68 of Mason. Half a wheel in it at this stage as he powers down that second straight. Inside line he goes, round he goes into the third and straight. It is Nicholas Sweet trying to find a way to close that down, but as we come back through the field, it is Geordie in the third. It's going to be Arden in the fourth. As we come back through, it is going to be our Launceston rider of Isaiah in the fifth. But this one's going to go the way of Mason, followed by Sweet. All right, it is Cruiser 13 to 14 boys, sponsored by Jackson and Cooper. It's Berry Fielding. Gate drops in the way they go. Fielding's got the jump on Berry at this stage. Grace has got a nice little lead over Berry at the moment as she powers down that first straight. Around the corner she goes into the second straight. It's going to be Fielding as she pushes down the second. Come on, Parker. All right, as we turn to the third straight, it is Fielding in the third now. Nice little bit of air there. She comes down the rhythm section. Berry follows suit and he jumps the same bit, but it's not going to matter when he's this far behind. He's got a bit of work to do trying to close that gap, but it is going to be Fielding to take this one. All right. Gate drops in our cruiser, 35 to 39 men, sponsored by Chaos Racing. It is Joel, Joe, Ben, and Leo out on track. Looks like Joel's got the inside line at the moment. Joe's got the inside line at the moment. Is he going to pop up? But Ben's trying to find a way past. It is going to be side-by-side action between the 71 and the 50 as they come down that second straight. A little bit of advantage on Pemberton at the moment, still holding on to the narrowest of leads over Oxley. And we're going to come back to Joel in the fourth, and then Leo. But it is still side-by-side battle as they work down that third. It is Joe at the moment holding on to the lead. Turns and heads for home. Can he keep it together on the 71? And it is going to go Joe for this one. Gate drops and away we go in our junior super class. It is Darcy, Oliver, Hugo and Archie out on track. Looks like strong start by Beams, but Archie's gone with him, and then it's Darcy sitting in the third as well, which has Hugo sitting in the fourth, but it is Beams on the 13 at the moment, just in the narrowest of leads over Archie Mount Shannon on the 41 as they come into that third straight. It is still Beams holding on to it, but it is only Archie right behind on about 3 bike lengths behind him. Darcy sitting comfortably in the third at the moment. As they turn and head for home, it is going to be Beams, with the hometown advantage is going to take this one. All right, we have merged Superclass men and Superclass women for the Bendigo Band 414 Property Co. Superclass. They will be using both straights in this race, so you will see Oliver, you will see Izzy take the normal route, and Byron Rush is going to go high on the pro straight. So Rush has got the lead at the moment. He builds up speed as he heads into the pro straight. Up and over he goes. Beams is now working her way through the second straight as well, into the second berm. Into the second berm, Byron Rush goes as he works through the rhythm section. Now Izzy's following now behind as well. As they head now for home, it is going to be Byron take this one. Mini wheelers, if you want to get yourselves ready. Right, looks like we're ready for our second mini wheeler race. It is our mini wheelers out on track, and looks like it is Kai out in the lead at the moment. It's going to be Georgina, I reckon, sitting in the second position. As we work our way back through, it looks like it might be a Wynyard rider that slotted up into the third, and then it looks like it is going sitting there in the fourth. But it is going to go the way of Kai, and the number 16 bike is going to take this one, followed by the number 72, which is going to be Georgina.
It's shutting
All right, so as we just get ourselves set for the next race, which is going to be our 5 and under sprockets. Sorry, Mick, I was trying to get the speaker working. Not working though. All right, let's keep rolling. We're not going to worry about music. We're just going to race.
Here we go. Set.
As it comes back.
Random start. Riders ready, watch the gate.
All right, we're back on racing, and it is going to be our 5 and under sprockets. It is going to be Seth, Seth, Ari, and Liam out on track. Looks like it might be Seth out in the lead at the moment, and I reckon it's going to be Liam slotting up into the second position with Ari in the third. All right, second straight's almost done for our leader as he heads into the second berm. It is going to be Seth sitting there nice and pretty in the first position. Then we're going to come back, and it is going to be our 320 rider of of Darcy. Seth on our 25 is going to take that, but it is Liam holding on to the second position at the moment. All right, it's going to be our next lot of sprockets out on track. It's going to be our normal rider out in front. It's going to be in the number 19. With Logan sitting there in the lead. All right, I'm back under control now. There's going to be Logan on the number 19 out in front, and it's going to come back to our 61 rider, which is going to be Jackson in the second. Then we're going to come back to our 205 rider, which I don't have a 205 on my list. We're going to come back to the 192. I've got Ryder sitting in the fourth, I can see that. And then there's going to be Jaxie sitting in the fifth. All right, they're going to keep rolling through. It is going to be our 8 boys Hobart strength training on this one. It is going to be Pemberton holding on to second position at the moment behind Geordie, who's got the lead on the number 67 at this stage. As we work our way back through, it's going to be the 747 sitting in third position, which is going to be Vito sitting in the third. Pemberton's trying to find a way past as this pack splits into two, but it is Geordie out in the lead at the moment, trying to work his way back down the outside, trying to get a bit of speed through that ripping section to make a move in the final. But as Geordie's gone low, Pemberton's following him. It looks like he's going to go Geordie on this one, followed by Pemberton. Then we're going to come back, and it's going to be Vito in the third. All right, 10 boys on track now. It is JD Build. It is going to be Sweet on the lead at the moment. And then it's going to come back, and it is going to be the 212 rider in the second position, which is going to be Harrison Farrell in the second. Then it's going to be Mason sitting in third. What can happen here in the second berm? They're pretty close together. Moves trying to be made. Great move by Mason there, trying to slide up into the second. Hasn't got it to work yet, but he's in a good position working his way down. Everyone's making a move on Sweet, though, as they all come side by side into that final turn. There's Harrison trying to make a move as well. But Sweet's opened up a little bit of a lead here in that turn, and he's going to head home now. There's going to be a fast finish here. I think Harrison might have got him on the finish line. I don't know which way that went. We're going to have to check scores for that one. Boys out on track, and it is a full group here. Grace, Max, Talon, Bailey, Tyler, Baxter, Billy, and Noah. Looks like Grace and Baxter are gone side by side. It's going to be close. Baxter's going to go past Grace. Talon slotted up into the third. Headlam's coming around in the outside of him. It is close between the two of them, and that is side-by-side action for fourth position at the moment. But at the moment, it is our leader, Baxter out in the front, Fielding in the second, Headlam third, and then it's Talon in the fourth. Then we're going to come back to Beach, Billy there as well in the mix. Then it's come back to Bailey as well. Turning around to our leader, though, it is Baxter that's going to head for home, and everyone's going to follow him at this stage, and it's going to be Grace not too far behind, but it's going to be Grace for second. Max for third, just. 14 boys, sponsored by Detector Inspector. It is Berry, Campbell, Butterworth, Metcalf and Savage. It's going to be a strong start by our 44 rider, which is going to be Jack Butterworth out in the lead. Berry's got the inside in third at this stage. He's going to try to find a way past at the moment, but it is going to be the number 15, who is going to be Hugo sitting in the second. Then we're going to come back to the 1-2-2 rider, which is going to be Chad Campbell as well. But it's Berry that's slotted up into third, but our leader still is Jake Butterworth at the moment on the 44, working our way back through. It is going to be Nate trying to find a way past, but at this stage hasn't found it at the moment. Berry's holding on to third only just as he comes back through. And then it is going to go to this one. It's going to be Jack Butterworth. Scooter stop, RCBO bringing you to 16 boys. It is Quill, Dawson, Height and Beams out on track. Strong start by Beams, but I tell you what, Jacko's gone with him, slotted up into the second position, right on his tail. Lennox is trying to find a way past. He's gone high-low, trying to go past Jacko, and it is side-by-side action between these two. But it is Beams controlling this race out in the lead at the moment as he heads around to the third straight. Lennox is trying to find a way past Jacko still, but he's holding on to it just at the moment. Second position as he comes back through. And then we're going to have Sean sitting in the fourth on the 880. But it is going to go the way of Ollie. And it looks like on this race, Jacko might be able to hold on to that second position. Good little battle there. Gate drops and away we go on our 35 to 39 men. Detector Inspector, Hethburn, Lorenzo, Jordan, Tuck, Jones and Noy out on track. Looks like Noy might have the lead at the moment. Oh, he's gone high, real high, but he's held onto it at the moment. It is the 32 rider, which is going to be Aaron sitting in the second position. Then we're going to come back to Joel in the third. Might be Tuck sitting in the fourth. We'll have to wait for numbers to check, but it is still Noy out in the lead at this stage. It is a 646 rider, which is Tuck sitting in the fourth. Then it's going to come back to Leo and Brad battling it up for the fifth. Noy's going to take this one though. Then it is going to come back and it is going to be Aaron in the second, and it looks like Joel's going to hold on to third. All right, we're out on track now. It is our 45 to 49 men Detector Inspector. It is Johns, French and Oxley. It is going to be Matthew French out in the lead over Oxley at the moment. Then we're going to come to Brad in the third. All right, it still is going to be Frenchie out in the lead at the moment. It's not too far behind. It's Oxley sitting in the second, but it is controlled by Matthew French out in the lead at the moment. And it is going to stay that way by the look of it. It's going to go French, Oxley, Brad. Margaret Williams sponsoring the 17 to 24 women. It is Claire, Sarah, Hannah, and Claire and Isabel out on track. Gate drops and away we go on this one. Strong start by Hannah on the inside. Great start by Hannah. Slotting up into the second position. Claire in the third. It is Beams out in front at the moment, controlling this race. Then we're going to come back and looks like it might be Sarah sitting in the fourth by Claire in the fifth. So it is going to be Beams. I can see Claire's trying to make a move on Hannah, coming up to the third position, trying to find a way past her. Hannah's a little bit loose there in the second, but she's held it together and got through it. Now she's going for high-low, trying to get a bit of extra speed to try to close down Beams, but it is Izzy still controlling this race out in the lead as she powers down through that third straight. But Claire's all over Hannah. Is going to move be made in this third? And not at this stage. It is Hannah holding on to second at the moment. A little bit of wobble there gives Claire a chance, and straight past she takes it. Away we go on this one. It is going to be our 30 to 34 men JDB build. It is Duncombe and Kingston. It is Duncombe out in the lead at the moment, but it is Matty Duncombe trying to find a way past him. Can he get past him at this stage? No, it is still going to be the 1T rider of Justin sitting in the first. Oh, opportunity there for Matty. Not sure what happened there, but Justin's lost all speed there. Come a cropper, I think. And it's going to allow Kingston to slot past on the 177 bike. That one hurt. Right, gate drops in our 9 boys, sponsored by RCBO. It is Mason, Mason, Dougie, Levi, Max, and Lucas out on track. Looks like Dougie might have Holzner at the moment as he comes around that first berm. Whole shot goes to Dougie, but Holzner back on the 27 bike. Coming around the outside, trying to find a bit of speed. It's only half a bike at the moment. Dougie's holding on to it at the moment, powers in at the second turn, around he goes. Still holding on to that lead. What can Holzer do? He's got to dig deep here, trying to find a way past him. He knows this track. He's here all the time, and here's where his speed comes through. They're now side-by-side action. What move can be made? Around he goes. Dougie's still holding on, but Maxie's got a bit of speed. It is a battle for the finish line as they sprint half a bike in it. It's side-by-side action. Which way is it going to go? I think Holzer just got it. All right, 11 girls, Detector Inspector is our sponsor on this one. It is Bristol, Samantha and Charlie. It's going to be the 81 of Bristol out in the lead at the moment, just over Samantha at this stage. It's about a half a bike in, and it's these two battle around that second berm. Then we're going to come back, and it is going to be Charlie in the third. Now it's side-by-side action as they power down the rhythm section. Down they go, half a bike in it as they try to close the way down. It is Samantha, it's going to go the long way around the outside. She's going to have to go dig deep now for a bit of extra speed. What can happen here? It is still going to be the 81 of Bristol at the moment, and she's going to take this one. All right, it is Detector Inspectors, 14 girls, Chelsea, Emily, Lily, Isabel, and Amelia are out on track. Looks like it is going to be the 119 rider, which is going to be Lily Farrell out in the lead. Then it's going to come back to Chelsea Duck sitting in the second, then Bella in the third as they work their way through. It is going to be, I think, might have been Emily sitting in the fourth, but it is still going to be out in the front. It is going to go the way of our 119 rider, which is going to be Lily Farrell controlling this race at the moment, followed closely behind her with Chelsea Tuck in the second. Bella Robinson sitting in the third nicely on this stage. And we're going to come back to our number 14 rider, which is going to be Emily sitting in the fourth position. And then Amelia in the fifth. And that's how they're going to finish. Detector Inspector, Cruiser, 8 to 10 boys out on track. It is a strong start by Mason out in lead at this stage. Looks like it's Mason, followed by Mason, followed by... It's going to be... Arden Castle in the third position. I got there in the end. But it is going to be Mason out in the lead. And that's going to be Landon in the lead at the moment, following by his brother of Geordie sitting in the second position. Coming back through, it is going to be Arden sitting in the fourth, which will leave Isaiah sitting in the fifth at this stage, in the fourth at this stage. All right, gate drops on this one. It is going to be our Cruiser 13 to 14 boys. It's Jackson and Cooper sponsoring Parker Berry, Grace Fielding from Southern City BMX. It is Grace Fielding out in the lead at the moment as she powers down that first straight. Round she goes into the second. It is Berry now playing chase. Working his way down through the rhythm section. It is Fielding still controlling the lead at the moment as she powers into the third. And away she goes. Bit of a manual over this time. No jumps. What's she going to do towards the end of the race? Another couple of little manuals there. She pops away through it. It is now going to be Grace taking this one to the finish line, and a bit of air, she's out of the finish line. All right, Cruiser 35 to 39 men, sponsored by Chaos Racing. It is Leo, Joel, Joe, and Ben out on track. It is Joe on the inside light over Ben at the moment. He's got the turn now. Ben's going to have to find a way to make a move past him, and they're going to slot side-by-side action as they come down the second straight. It is going to be the 71 of Joe that pops out in the lead at this stage, just over Ben at the moment on number 50. Coming around into third position, it is going to be Joel holding onto the third over Leo at the moment, but it is still side-by-side action for these leaders. Joe's holding onto the lead by probably a bike at this stage as he turns and heads home. It is going to be Joe still holding onto the lead over Ben Oxley, and looks like that's how it's going to finish. Battle's been made though as Leo makes a move into the final turn. He's taken over Joel, and now Leo's going to slide up into third position and take that one. Junior Superclass man is out on track now. It is Archie, Darcy, Hugo and Oliver. And it is a battle there between the two of them. It is going to be Archie that's got Oliver on the inside. He pushes him up. It opens up an opportunity here for Darcy to slot up in there as well. But it is Beams that's found a way through and squeezed in. It is Beams that's going to take the lead on this one with Manshannon sitting in the second, Darcy in the third. And then we are going to come back to Hugo sitting in the fourth. But Beams has got it still under control at the moment as he heads for home. It is going to go Beams, Manchando. And then it's going to come back to Darcy Townsend and Hugo Savvy. All right, it is Izzy and Byron now doing a bit of an expo as they come down the first straight. Byron's going to load up the speed as he heads into the first turn. Up and over he goes into the pro straight. He's done that now, done, finished. Just like that, it's over, and as he comes into the third straight, it is number 12, Biker Byron, now heading down for the third straight. Beams is trying to find a way to close this gap down on number 23. Mini wheelers, if you want to get yourself sorted. Bit of show pony by Byron at the end there. All right, looks like our mini wheelers are getting themselves set up for the third moto. It's worth noting now, after the third moto, it is our lunch break. We do have a sausage sizzle heading at the finish line. We have coffee and drinks just behind the scoring container. And over near the footy club, there is a fish and chip stall that is open today if you are interested in some fish and chips. All right, looks like we're getting ourselves set for our mini wheelers. Away we go, and it is our number 16 of Kai that's got a strong start, but it is the 72 of Georgina that has gone with him, sitting up into that second position. Then we're going to come back, and it is going to be Hepburn on the 3-2-2, slotting into the third. Then it's going to come back to Lacey, and Lacey finding their way down the first straight as they get into the first berm. And it's going to be the number 16 of Kai who's got that done, and his heads up over the berms. He's heading for home. It is still going to be Georgina that's in the second, but she slowed down a little bit trying to get up over it, but she's now away. There's going to be Darcy also there and not too far behind. No, Liam, sorry, Darcy's his brother. Liam in the second position. No, I did have it right. It was Darcy in the second. All right, back to the top of the start hill. No, there's no one up there. I take this opportunity as a friendly reminder. The Sorrel Council have asked us that we do no riding in the car park. No riding in the car park. You are able to walk your bike over. There is a bike track on the far side of the car park that you can use, but no riding in the car park itself. Right, getting ready for the detector inspector. Under 5 Sprocket boys. Liam, Seth, and Ari are on the gate and ready. An assist and they're away, and it is a strong start by Steph on the 25. He's slotted up into the first position. He powers down that first straight. It's going to be big brother Liam's turn. He's slotted into the second on the inside. Over Ari on the outside. Where it can happen here in that first burn, we'll see. It's going to be Seth still holding on to a nice little lead at the moment, and it looks like it's going to be Liam that's going to slot into the second. And then it's going to come back to the 23 of Ari. But as we draw our attention back to the front, it is still going to be Seth out in the lead at the moment. Second straight's done. He's through the second burn and he's now into the rhythm section. Works his way through it nicely. Following down through he goes, and a little pedal there, a little crank, get a bit of extra speed as he works his way through the second part of it. Now heading for home in the final berm. He turns the bike around and here he goes for the final straight. Coming back through it is going to be Liam on the 320, now working his way into the third berm. And then we're going to come back to Ari, who's sitting there nicely in third. And I think that's how they're going to finish. All right, out on track now. It's a Hobart Strength Training 7 Sprocket boys. Archie, Carson, Jackson, Logan, Ryder and Jackson. Wait, as we can see, it is the number 20. No, it is the number 19 of Logan that's in the lead at the moment. Coming back to the number 61, which is going to be Jackson. Then we're back to the 192 of Ryder sitting in the third, followed by the 285, which is going to be Carson sitting in the fourth, and then it is Jackson in the fifth. Background to our leader, though, it is still the number 19 of Logan out in front. Running that nicely down the third straight he goes. Gets through that nicely and he's into the final turn. Oh, a little bit of a wobble with the pedal slip there, but he's held it together. Now working into the final straight he goes. But it is not going to make a difference. He's got enough distance there. He's going to take that one. All right. It's the 8 boys Hobart Strength Training race. Marty, Oliver, Georgie, George, Logan, Isaiah and Vito. Gate drops and away we go on this one. It is a strong start in the middle there, but it is going to be Pemberton on the outside that's going to come through nicely. He takes the lead on this one. Geordie's trying to close him down, but he's got the whole shot done and dusted. He's going to be the 77. Geordie's all over his back wheel though as they come into the second straight, trying to find a way past. Then we're going to come through to a 4-4-4 rider, which is going to be George, who's found his way up into third position nicely. But it is still going to be Pemberton holding on to the lead at the moment. Opens up that gap a little bit more, working into the rhythm section. Can he get all the way? Working his way through the rhythm he goes. Opening up the gap a little bit further. And it is Geordie that's got all the work to do in this one, trying to find a way back into this race. But at the moment, he's closed the gap a little bit, but he's still got some work to do. The gap keeps getting smaller, but it is going to be Pemberton that's going to take this one just over Geordie. All right, gate full on this one. It is JD Build, 10 boys. Can't even call it at the moment, so we'll just give you some names. It is Cameron Chase, Jacob, Fitzy, Harrison, Landon. I think Nicholas Meat might... Oh, no, he's back in this race. But it's going to be the 2-1-2 rider out in the lead at the moment. It's going to be Harrison out in the lead. He's got this under control at the moment. Then it might be, it's our 11 rider. It's going to be Chase that's found his way into second position, battling it side by side with Mason. Mason's going a long way around, trying to fight away, but Chase has slotted into the gap in between. It's 3 wide into the final berm. Oh, geez, it was close there as well. We've landed almost coming into our 5-7-5 rider. There's all happening there, but it is going to go Harrison, followed by Chase, followed by Landon. All right, here we go. It is our NKH Contracting 13 boys. Talon, Baxter, Tyler, Noah, Billy, Bailey, Grace, and Max. Full gate on this one. Action everywhere here, and it is going to be Archie. No, it is going to be Baxter out in front, followed by 99 Biker Fielding. Then we're going to come back to the 136 of Headlam. Then it's Beach sitting in the fourth. Might be Talon in the fifth over Billy just at this stage. So it is Grace all over the back wheel of Manchannon. Where can she go from here? Trying to find a way past. It is still Manchannon. Got about a half a bike on her at the moment. Headlam's trying to hold on to the third, and it is going to be Noah Beach in the fourth at this stage. Then as we work our way back, it is Talon, followed by Billy, I think, and it's going to come back to Bailey. But I think the race is done and dusted. It's going to go the way of Manchannon, followed by Fielding, followed by Headlam. 14 boys out on track. It is Hugo, Chad, Parker, Nate, and Jack. All right, it looks like it might be either Nate or Jack out in the lead at the moment. I'll get some numbers in a moment. It is the number 4. Jack that's going to pop up side by side with the number 15 of Hugo. Barry slotted into the third, and he's trying to chase them down, but it is going to be our race leaders of Hugo and Jack. They're going to battle this one out. It is the number 15 of Hugo holding on to the lead at the moment. But I tell you what, Jack's coming back strong. He's all over his back wheel, trying to find a way past. High line down, side by side. They are battling, and it looks like number 44 is going to slot past, and it's going to be Hugo that's going to take Jack that's going to take this one over Hugo. 16 boys out on track, and away we go. It is Sean, Oliver, Lennox, and Jackson. It is going to be, looks like Ollie's got this at the moment. Lennox slotted into the second, then it's going to be Jackson Quill in the third. Coming back, it's going to be Sean Dawson in the fourth. Jackson's got a bit of work to do, try to find a way past Lennox, but at the moment it is all Oliver Beans out in the front. The battle has been for second position so far today, as it has crossed between Lennox and Jacko there in the third. But this way at the moment, it looks like it's going to go the way of Lennox for the second at this stage. And he's going to go Olix, Lennox, and it's going to come back, and it's going to be Jacko. But hold on, because there's a fast finishing Sean at the moment, but it is going to be Jacko. All right, 35 to 39 men, sponsored by Detector Inspector today. It is Joel, Michael, Pete, Aaron, Leo, and Matt. And it is Pete that's got the lead at the moment. He's going to be sitting there just over Aaron at this stage. Then we're going to come back, and it looks like it might be Tucky that slotted up into the third position nicely over Joel. Then we're going to come back to Lorenzo, and it is going to be Brad as well. Drawing now back to the leader, it is going to be Noyce out in the front at the moment on the giant number that he has. For 288 is going to be, and it's going to be coming back, and it is going to be Aaron in the 32 sitting in the second position, and then it is going to come back, and it's going to be Michael Tuck. All right, 45 to 49 men, Detector and Specker. Matthew French, Brad Johns, Ben Oakley. It's going to be the ID9 of Frenchie out in the lead at this stage, followed by Ben Oxley in the second. Then we're going to come back to Brad in the third. Second straight's done as we turn and head into the third. Rhythm section is now working through nicely. Around they go into the final berm, heading for home. It is still going to be Frenchie out in the lead, followed by Oxley. Then we're going to come back to Brad in the third. And how it started is how this one's going to finish. All right, it is the 17 to 24 women, sponsored by Margaret Williams. Claire, Isabel, Sarah, Hannah, and Claire out on track. Strong start by Izzy in the middle. Then we're going to come back to Claire, and she's slotted up into the second position. Hannah's got a bit of work to do now, trying to find a way past Claire. She's going to go low, trying to squeeze her out. Oh, they've come close, but they've both come out of it nicely. But it is still Claire holding on to the second position just over Hannah. Then we're going to come back, and it's going to be Sarah in the fourth, followed by Claire in the fifth. But as we come back around to our leader, it is still going to be the number 23 of Izzy out in the lead. As we come back, it's going to be 21 of Claire, followed by Hannah in the third. And as they start to spread out, I reckon that's how they're going to finish. JD Build, 30 to 34 men up next. All right, it is going to be Duncombe and Duncombe. It is the Matty Duncombe out in the lead at the moment. And then it's going to come back. Oh, straight through the middle he goes. It is Justin that's gone from third to first, just like that. Kingston's starting to find a bit of groove on this new bike as he tries to keep in the mix as well. He's going to squeeze Matty, but it doesn't quite work for him. It is still going to be Duncombe in the lead, followed by Matty Duncombe in the second position. And it's going to come back to Kingston in the third. And now it looks like how it's going to potentially finish, unless something can miraculously happen with Matty trying to find a way past. Fast finish. Oh, did he snake him on the finish line? All right, it's back out on track. It is the 9 boys, sponsored by RCBO Electrical. Max Holzner, Lucas Tonks, Mason Lovell, Levo Johnson, Dougie Manchandon. Oh, bit of action happening there in the first berm, but it is going to be the 27 of Max that pops out in the lead. It's going to be Dougie on the 41 in the second, working our way back through. It looks like it's going to be Mason maybe in the third. No, it's the 55, which is going to be Lucas in the third. But it is still going to be Max Holzner out in the lead, followed by Dougie in the second at this stage as they turn and head for home. Now Dougie's got a bit of action there, but he's not quite got enough in it. It's still going to be Holzner that holds on to this one. 11 girls, sponsored by Detector Inspector. Charlie, Samantha, Bristol out on track. Gate drops and away we go on this one. It is a strong start by... Looks like it's going to be Samantha and Bristol side-by-side action with Charlie slotting in just behind. But it is going to go the way of the 1T rider, Samantha Carroll. It's going to pop out in the lead at the moment. But I tell you what, 81 and Bristol's all over it. This is going to be a good race in a couple of weeks' time at state titles. As we come into that second berm, it is still going to be Samantha Carroll holding onto the lead. But I tell you what, Bristol's all over her back wheel. Can she find a way to close it down in the rhythm section? Working hard to try to close that gap down. It is still Charlie sitting in the third as well on the 120. But it is Samantha Carroll holding onto the narrowest of leads. Bristol trying to find all the energy to get past, but they're now in it. It is now half a bike in it as she tries to find a way past it. Oh! It's going to go the way of Samantha just. All right, action goes here. Detector Inspector, 14 girls. All right, it is going to be the 119 rider of Lily in the lead stage, followed by Chelsea Tuck in the second position. Working her way back through it is going to be the number 14 of Emily in the third. It is going to be the 119 rider of Lily that's got all the control of this race. Coming back through the field, it's going to be Chelsea Tuck sitting nicely in the second position, and then it's going to be Emily on the number 14 in the third. Bella Robinson sitting in the fourth by the look of it, and it's going to be Amelia in the fifth.
Riders, ready, watch the gate.
All right, Cruiser 8 to 10 boys out on track now. It is going to be Nicholas Sweet that's got the inside line, holding on to the Maris of Leeds over Mason at the moment. But it's going to be Landon trying to fight his way back into this, and it is almost going to be side-by-side action by the time they get to the second berm. Sweet's found Turbo though, and he's now got a little bit of a lead over him at the moment. What's Landon going to do here? He's going to go high-low. He's now battling in side-by-side action. Bit of a manual there as he tries to find his way around the outside of Nicholas. He's got the speed now as he works through the ribbon section. He's gone from second to third. Now it's come back to Geordie in the third, and it's going to be... I'm losing my voice. It's going to be Arden Castle in the fourth.
Okay, riders, radar start. Riders, ready, watch the gate.
All right, while these cruisers of Grayson Parker cruise around the track, I'll quickly remind everyone we do have fish and chips set up over in the outside car park near the football club. They are here today and they do have a pretty good menu, so don't forget they are over there. We also have coffee and drinks in behind the scoring container, and we do have our barbecue sitting over next to that as well. So if you're after hamburgers, egg and bacon rolls, sausages, it's all down there. But Fielding, coming back to racing, Fielding's got this under control at the moment over Berry. Nice little lead over him at the moment. And how it started is how it's going to finish.
Okay, riders, radar start. Riders, ready, watch the gate.
Away we go in our next race. It is going to be our cruiser, 35 to 39 men. Ben, Joe, Joel, and Leo. Ben's got the inside over Joe at the moment. Joe's been pushed up high. Ben's holding on to the narrowest of leads. Number 71, Joe's going to have to find a way past in the second. It is Ben on the lead at the moment, holding on to about a bike in the lead at this stage. Joe's gone high. He's going to come follow the leader at this stage and just build up a bit of speed through the ribbon section. It is Joel sliding up into the third, Leo in the fourth. Around he goes, around Ben, trying to find a way in the final move. Can he make this happen? He's gone really high. I don't know if he's going to get this time. I think it's going to go the way of Ben, but it's going to be close. Ben, Joe, then we're going to come back to Joel, Leo. Junior superclass men, Hugo, Archie, Oliver, and Darcy out on track. Strong start by Manchandon on this one, and Darcy's gone with him. Oliver's been in here. And it's going to be Manchandon that gets a whole shot on this one, pops up in second, and number 13, Ollie's now sitting in a second position, all over Archie's back wheel. But I tell you what, Darcy's in the mix as well. Ollie's trying to find a way past. He hasn't made it happen yet, but it is Manchandon holding on to the lead at the moment. Oliver's all over his back wheel. Last turn, what can happen? He's going to go hard. No, he isn't. It's going to go Manchandon at this stage, and he's going to finish that way. Manchandon beams Darcy, and it's going to come back to Hugo. Rightio, final race before the break. It is our superclass. It is Byron Izzy out on track. You guys have seen this already today. Byron's going to take the pro straight. Izzy's going to take the normal straight as he powers down in. He loads up and over he goes. Got two jumps in him. Yes, he does. Into the second straight he goes. It is Izzy now running down the second straight, moving into the second berm. Through the ribbon section we go for Byron as he heads to the final turn. All right. All right, we'll stop for a lunch break, 25 minutes or so, and then we'll get the racing underway again. All right, riders, we are 5 minutes away from getting back underway.
Okay, ladies and gentlemen, let's get yourselves sorted. 5 minutes before racing starts. 5 minutes. Okay, can I have all officials to their positions, please? Mini wheelers, let's get sorted.
Right, riders, get yourself to staging. It is time to start the fourth moto. Looks like we've got a few of our mini wheelers ready. Away we go, racing again. It is got a strong start. Look at that, side-by-side action as they come down that first bit, but it is going to be the number 16 of Kai. Moves into the lead with Georgina on the 72, not too far behind. It is a nice little move by 26, which is going to be 26 right, and Lacey, I believe, there in the third. And then we're going to come back to the 3-2-2, which is going to be Darcy. But it is Kai out in the front. He clears the track from the Seagulls, and away he goes. Clear run now as he heads towards the finish line. It's going to go the way of Kai on this one. Battle on for second position with Lacey and Georgina battling it out side by side. This could go either way. It's about a quarter of a bike wheel in the lead. It is going to be Georgina, only just. Waiting for our riders to get up into position on the start hill. Slash our starter, who doesn't appear to be up there. Marcus Headlam, where are you? We might have been a bit early on the mini wheeler race. We're still just getting ourselves sorted to get some riders into position. Looks like we've got some riders starting to appear. Looks like we're almost ready. Gate set.
Radar start. Riders ready. Watch the gate.
Gate drops and away. It is our under 5 Sprocket Boys. Detector Inspector is our sponsor of the day. It is going to be Seth Noy. Strong start on the 25, out in the lead. Looks like then it's going to come back, and it's going to be Liam slotting up into the second position on the 320 at the moment. Coming back to Ari on the 23. All Southern City riders say they know this track pretty well, but it is Seth still holding on to a nice little lead as he powers down that second straight. Pushing down towards the second berm he goes. Not too far behind is Liam on the 320. And then we're going to come back, and it's still going to be Ari sitting there in the third position on number 23. Back around to our leader, though, and it is Seth on 25, now halfway down the third straight. Got this well under control at the moment as he heads for the third and final turn home. Liam's now entered as well into the third straight, pushing his way down through it, getting some nice little cranks in there, generating some speed. But it is Seth that's going to take this one. Gate drops and away we go. 7 Boys Sprocket, sponsored by Hobart Strength Training. Jackson, Carson, Ryder, Logan, Archie and Jackson out on track. Looks like it is the usual suspect at the number 19, Logan out in the lead. Got this one well under control at the moment as he pushes down that first straight, followed by the 61. It's going to be Jackson in the second, and the 192, it's going to be Ryder in the third. Pushing down into the second berm they go, and into the ribbon section we move. It is Logan opening up a nice little lead on that number 19 Prophecies. He pushes his way through. In hot pursuit, though, it is going to be Jackson sitting in the second position. A little bit of a challenge being mounted in for third position. Which way this one's going to go, we're going to have to wait to find out. But our leader's got this under control. He's going to cross the finish line in first. It is going to be Logan. Battle still on for third place. It is going to be the 192 rider holding on to it at the moment. It is going to be Ryder. He's going to hold on to it just. Hey Boys, also sponsored by Hobart Strength Training. Isaiah, Logan, Oliver, Marty, Vito, George and Geordie. It is going to be Georgie and Pemberton. Geordie slotted past only just though. He's going to get that whole shot as he pushes into the second. It is the 77 Bioko of Pemberton in the second though. Coming back, it is going to be our Wynyard rider. It's going to be the number 28 of Oliver sitting up in third position. Moving around in this, it looks like it might be George in the fourth, I think, as we come around. And where's he going to come out? Yes, it is our 444 rider. George sitting up in the fourth position. Drawing our attention back to our leader, though. It is still Geordie holding on to the lead at the moment over Pemberton. Pack breaks a little bit, and it's going to come back to our Wynyard rider, which is going to be Oliver, followed by a fast finishing George. Can he hold on to it? Trying to find a way past him. Run out of room. He's going to finish in the fourth. Moving through fast. We're up to the 10 Boys. It is going to be Fitzy, Nicholas, Jacob, and Anderson. It's going to be our 68 rider. It is going to be Geordie out in the lead at the moment. No, it's going to be Landon out in the lead at the moment, holding on to that nicely at this stage. As we come our way back through, it's going to be Chase on the number 11, sitting in the second. This is going to be our 212 rider. It's going to be Harrison in the third, followed by Sweet. Wow, what a fast move by Lennox. No, not Lennox. It's going to be Fitzy, who's gone flat out past the fourth position, but it is going to be Landon that's going to take this one with a fast finishing Chase trying to close that down. MKH Contracting 13 Boys. Gate has chopped. Tyler, Bailey, Noah, Talon, Baxter, Billy, Max and Grace. It is a thick group here as they come through. 8 on the gate. Good to see. It looks like we've got a bit of a move here. It's going to be Baxter to the front, but it's a surprise. Where has Noah come from in this? He slotted up into the second position. Pass fielding. Now Max is trying to make a move on the inside, trying to get past. He's going to go low. He's going to try and come under Grace. He slotted up into the third. What is going on here? It is going to be Noah still holding on to the second. Grace is trying to find a way past. What moves can be made here? It is still going to be Baxter going to take this one. Noah's going to hold on to it at this stage. Which way is it going to go? Max or Grace? It's going to be Grace on the finish line, followed by Max. Oh, then it might have been Bailey, followed by Talon, followed by Billy. All right, Detector Inspector, 14 Boys out on track. It is Nate, Parker, Jack, Hugo, and Chad. Looks like it's going to be our number 44 rider, which is going to be Jake out in the lead, followed by the 15 of Hugo. Then as we work our way through, Barry's going to come around the inside. He's slotted up into that third position, but can he hold on to it because the two behind him are finishing fast. It is our 1-2-2 rider that's going to try come around the outside of Chad. Going to find a way past, but it is still going to be Jack out in the lead, followed by Hugo. Where moves can be made here into the third position, who knows? It is a drag finish for the third, and he's going to go the way of Chad. Oh, we got one down on the gate, but we're still going to keep racing on this one. And it is going to be Oliver out in the lead at the moment. It might have been Jacko that's gone down, but he's back up by the look of it. Then it's going to come back to Lennox in the second, and then we're going to come back through the group, and it's going to be Sean in the third. But Jacko's up and racing again. Ollie's got the lead at the moment, still holding on to it comfortably over the 22 of Lennox as they power down that third. Ollie now working way through to the final. He turns off the afterburners and he cruises towards that finish line. It's going to be Lennox for the second, Sean for the third. A round of applause to our fallen rider, which is Jacko. First state series event back. Good to see he's up and riding the game. $35 to $39 men detector inspector is our sponsor on this one. Aaron, Joel, Pete, Michael, Matthew, and Leo out on track. Looks like it's going to be Aaron's gone side by side. It's going to be squeezed here. It's going to be tight. Aaron's going to push Pete up. Which way is it going to pop out? Oh, it's close. Looks like Pete's going to squeeze through. Justin is going to hold on to that lead at the moment. I think Aaron did everything he could there to try and hold on to that, but it is Pete's going to come away with it, followed by Aaron. Then we're going to come back to Tucky in the third. Moving back through it is going to be Joel, followed by Matt, and then we're going to come back to Leo. So this one's going to be Pete's all the way. $45 to $49 men. Detector inspector is on track. Ben, Matt, Brad. It's going to be Matt out in the lead on the old 89 DK as he powers down that second. Hot pursuit is going to be Ben Oxley, not too far behind him. Then we're going to come back to Brad Johns in the third. Around they go into that third straight, pushing down and away. It's going to open up the lead to Matt. Turns it home. Here it is, start to finish. It looks like it's going to go the way to Matt. All right, it's the 17 to 24 women, sponsored by Margaret Williams. It's got Izzy, Claire, Hannah, Sarah, Claire out on track. Looks like Hannah's got the inside over Claire. She's solid up into that second position, both trying to check Izzy at the moment. It is still Izzy at the lead at the moment. 23, got it well under control as she powers down that second straight. Hannah's comfortably moved into the second position. Claire's now sitting in the third. Working our way back through it is Sarah, followed by Claire as well. Back into the third straight we go, and it is Hannah still holding on to that lead. Second position with Izzy holding onto the lead at this stage. And that's how it's going to finish, I reckon. It's going to be Izzy taking this one. Claire's trying to find a way past and pushing towards the finish line, but Hannah's got her at the moment. And yeah, Hannah gets the second. $30 to 34 men out on track. It is sponsored by JD Build. It is Duncan and Kingston. It's Matty Duncan out in the lead at the moment over his brother, and looks like Kyle's trying to slide up into that second, but it ain't going to happen this time. So second position is holding on by Justin with Kyle in the third. It is Matty Duncan out in the lead at the moment. Trying to hold on to it with that number 65 Speedco flying down that third straight. He's got a nice little lead over his brother at the moment. If he gets around this corner, I reckon he can call it as he heads to home, and it is Matty. He's turned off the afterburner and he's going to roll to the finish line. The RCBO Electrical 9 boys. Max, Lucas, Levi, Dougie, and Mason out on track. Strong start by Dougie, and it's Maxie on the inside. They are side by side. Which way is it going to go? Who's going to... It is going to be Dougie around the outside. Oh! Tell you what, that was close, but Maxie's done well to keep that one upright because it came together. But it's Dougie that's got the lead at the moment at this stage. He's going to come around and he's going to move into that ribbon section. Max has got a lot of work to do. It is going to be the 1-1-1 rider in second position, which is going to be Mason Lovell. Then we're going to come back. It is going to be Lucas, I think, in the third, potentially. Maxi's trying to fight back into this one. He's done well. He's working his way back through it. It's the 27. He's gone from last back up into the third after a crash in the first. Well done, Maxi. Detector Inspector, 11 girls. Samantha, Charlie, and Bristol out on track. Looks like it's going to be our 1T rider of Samantha that's going to pop up in the lead at this stage. Right behind her, though, is the 81 behind with the 120 of Charlie still in hot pursuit. But as we come back, they're into the second berm just like that, and they head into the rhythm section. It is still our 1T rider out in the front. Can she hold on to it at this stage? She's looking comfortable, but I tell you what, Bristol's trying to close it down. She's now all over her back wheel. Can she make a move in the final berm? She's going to go under. No, she's going to follow the leader. What's she going to do here? She's going to try covering the outside of her, but I think at this stage it is going to go the way of Samantha, followed by Bristol, followed by Charlie. It's the Detector Inspector for out on track. Amelia, Isabella, Lily, Emily, and Chelsea. Up by Lily as she washes first turn. And it looks like it's going to be Chelsea that slotted up with our number 14 rider of Emily in the third, followed by Bella in the fourth. And we're going to come back to Amelia in the fifth. Second straight's done for our leader, though, and it is the 119 bike. It is going to be Lily Farrell controlling this race from start to finish as she turns and heads for home. Chelsea's got a bit of competition, though. It's going to be Emily all over her back wheel trying to make a move as they come down that second straight. It's almost side-by-side action as they battle it out, but it is going to go the way of Chelsea for the second. All right, we're up to our cruiser classes. It is our Detector Inspector cruiser. 8 to 10 boys. Isaiah, Nicholas, Geordie, Arden, and Landon out on track. It is Nicholas Sweet, though, who's got the lead at this stage over Landon as he powers into that second berm. Landon's trying to find a way past him. He's going to try to come under him and work around in this rhythm section. He did quite well in the last race over this, and it is going to be side-by-side action. Look at that speed Landon's generating through there. He's going to come up and around Nicholas Sweet at the moment. And he's going to be Landon slotted up into that lead position, Sweet in the second. Then we're going to come back to Geordie in the third. Then we're going to work our way, continue down through the field, and it is going to be Arden in the fourth. And that's how they're going to finish. This is our Jackson and Cooper cruiser, 13 to 14 boys. It's Parker Berry, Grace Fielding out on track. The inside, can he hold Grace? He's going to try. He's pushed her up, but the speed coming out of that berm. It is still side by side as they push down the second. Smooth manual there by Berry as he jumps into the second berm, trying to hold on to that lead that he's got over Grace, but he's got a lot of work to do here. She's quite good through the rhythm section. She comes from a mountain biking background. She's got all the speed and power. It is side by side action for the two of them as they power into that third. She's gone high-low. She's left here with... for her, and she's going to slot past on him, and now battle for the finish. It is going to go Grace Berry. Chaos Racing Cruiser, 35 to 39 men. Ben Oxley, Joel Jordan, Joel Pemberton, and Leo Lorenzo. It is going to be Ben Oxley at the moment over Joe, and then it's going to come back to Joel in the third. At this stage, Ben's got it well under control, but Joe's trying to find a way to close this gap down. Moves into that second berm. It's still Oxley out in the lead. Joe's just playing follow the leader at the moment. Seems quite content in that second position. He's going to have to work hard, though. He's only got a straight to go. He's going to have to go make a move here. Can he? No. It's still going to be Oxley that's going to hold on to this one. And it looks like that's how it's going to finish. Oxley, Joe. Then we're going to come back to Joel and Lorenzo. Junior Superclass men. Ollie, Hugo, Darcy, Archie out on track. Looks like Ollie's got the inside and he's got the lead at the moment. It's going to be Darcy in the second. He's going to try block Manchanda, but he doesn't quite get it to stick. And they're going to pop up side by side. But it is Beams. They're all chasing now. Darcy slotted up into the second quite comfortably. Manchanda in the third. Then we're going to come back and it is going to be Hugo in the fourth. It is still, at this stage, Beams taking a commanding lead at the moment with Darcy sitting in the second. Can Manchanda dig deep and find a way past? He's going to go try under him, but he hasn't quite got it at the moment. And it is going to go Oliver, followed by Darcy, followed by Manchanda. Then we're going to come back to Hugo. All right, it's our last race. It is Superclass Men, Superclass Women, brought to you by Bendigo 14 Property Co. Beams, Byron Rush. You guys know how it works. It is going to be Byron using the pro straight. Up and over he goes. And then it's Izzy working down the normal straight as they power into that second turn. Our mini wheelers want to get themselves sorted. I see one mini wheeler. Do I have any others? I see one mini wheeler upside down. I'm chasing mini wheelers. Away we go and racing on this last time. You'll see these mini wheelers out. It is Kai that's got the lead at this stage. It looks like it is Hepburn that's gone with him, and it is Georgina that's in there as well. And then we also have Lacey out on track. So it is 4 of them now heading into the first and final berm for this race. Kai's just having a little look back to see where he's at. Up he powers over that first and into the final straight he goes. It looks like it's going to be Georgina slotting into the second position. She pushes hard on those legs. She's up. She's heading for home. Then it's side-by-side action as we bring our way back through the field. It's going to be Darcy and Lacey as they battle for the finish. Georgina's had a bit of a stall, but she's up cruising now. And that's done and dusted. Round of applause to our mini wheelers. Away we go. It is our detector inspector, under 5 Sprocket boys. Only 3 in this, but they're going to battle it out. It is going to be Noy out in the lead. Looks like Ari might have slotted up into the second position at this stage, but Darcy's trying to fight back. No, Liam's trying to fight back. It is going to be the 25 of Seth comfortably out in the lead at the moment. Then we're going to come back to Liam on the 320. Down the second straight he goes. Round the second berm, the leader goes, and he's still going to be Noy out in the lead. Working his way through that rhythm section, getting those cranks in where he can, gets that extra speed, working on his rhythm section. Whoa, we've got one down, but he's back up. And it's going to be Darcy now that's pushing through. Liam, I'll get it eventually. Ari's back up. All right. Round of applause for our fallen rider, Ari. Gate drops and away we go with our 7 Sprocket boys. Hobart Strength Training. It is number 19 of Logan Chapman out in the lead, but like always, it is going to be Jackson, I think, that's gone with him. Yep, 61, it is going to be Jackson Jones in the second. And then we're going to come back to our 192 rider. It is going to be Ryder in the third. Starts to spread themselves out now, and we're going to get a straight order here. It is going to be Logan, followed by Jackson. Then we're going to come back to our 192, which is going to be Ryder. Then it's going to be the 285, which Archie maybe? I don't have a 285 on the board, but we'll go with Archie. Then we're going to come back to Jackson. Carson, I do have a 285, sorry. Away we go on this one. It is our 8 boy, no, it's our 10 boys by JD Build. Geordie's got a nice little lead on this stage. Pemberton's gone with him. Pemberton's going to go high. No, it is our 8 boys. So it is going to be Geordie in the lead from the Pemberton on the 77 in second position. We're going to work our way back through the field, and this is where it mixes up. We've got competition happening everywhere back through it. It's going to be our 747 rider at this stage, which is going to be Vito in the moment, but it is George that's trying to go around the outside of him on the 444. But it is Geordie that's got the lead at this stage. Looks like he's going to hold on to it with a fast finishing Marty, but he's going to go Geordie, Marty. The battle's on now for third. Which way is it going to go? That was close, but I think it went to Vito. Ten boys out on track. It is Jacob, Landon, Harrison, Cameron, Nicholas, Fitzy, and Chase. Strong start by Landon. Looks like Fitzy might have slipped a pedal there. He's lost a bit of speed, but coming back through it is going to be the 515 in second position, which is going to be Jacob Fogg with, I think after that it's going to be Harrison sitting in the third, Sweets into the fourth, then Chapman in the fifth. But it's going to be Landon leading this pack home, followed by the 515 rider, Jacob Fogg sitting in the second position. Round the corner they go, heading for home. It's still going to be Landon at this stage. Can he keep on to it? He's got enough bike on him at the moment. It is going to go Landon on this one. MKA Contracting, 13 boys. Max, Grace, Bailey, Billy, Noah, Tyler, Baxter, and Taylor. Gate drops and away we go. It is Fielding on the inside. She's gone strong. She's gone with Baxter. Can she keep on him? She's got half a bike on him at this stage. Into the corner she goes. She's going to come around in the whole shot at this stage. Baxter's got a bit of work to do as he now tries to find a way past Fielding, but the group's splitting to two. Headlam's now leading the pack, and it is Billy that's slotted up into the fourth. Noah in the fifth. Callan in the sixth at this stage, but it's still Grace at the lead. Can we call this home? Come on, Grace. She's got a lead at the moment, about 3 bikes on her. Baxter's doing everything he can, trying to close this gap down. It is still Grace at this stage, holding onto the lead, leading these boys home. It is look like it's going to go the way to Fielding on this race. It's going to go Fielding. Baxter. Moves being made all over the place at the back. I missed all of that, but it looks like Max is going to hold on to the third. Holy moly, there's a lot going on there. All right, away we go. Detector inspectors, 14 boys class. Chad, Hugo, Jack, Parker, Nuts. It looks like it's going to be Hugo and Jack that's gone in the lead. And then we're going to come back and it's going to be, yes, it is going to be the 44 rider side-by-side action with our number 15. So it is going to be Hugo and Jack leading this one. Moves are being made at the back though. It is then looks like it's going to be our 259 rider, which is going to be Nate in the third. Then we're going to come back. It is going to be Chad in the fourth, and then Barry finishing this off, but it is going to go the way of Jack. Scooter Stop and RCBO are bringing us the 16 boys today. It is Oliver, Sean, Lennox, Jack. Looks like it is going to go Ollie, followed by Lennox, and then it is Jacko slotting up into the third. And then we're going to come back after that, and it is going to be Sean in the fourth on the 880. But at the moment, it is still going to be Beams leading this one on the number one, on the 13, followed by Lennox on the 22. Jacko sitting in third at this stage, and then it is going to be Sean in the fourth. Heading for home, it is still Ollie Beams. He's going to take this one 5 from 5 today. Well done, Ollie. 35 to 39 men. Detector Inspector bringing us this one. Strong start by Noy, and it looks like always it's going to be Aaron that's going with him, but it's going to be Noy at this stage, still holding for the lead. The 288 bike. Aaron's going to try coming behind him and slot in there in number 32. He's sitting in the third as we come back. Lorenzo's come up into the fourth. Joel's visiting the other side of the track, but he's back on now. But it's going to go Noy at this stage. Comfortable lead at the moment over Aaron as he works his back through. It's going to be Tucky. Then it is going to be Brad now. A challenge on Lorenzo, trying to find a way past. Matthew, not Brad. Got Brad in this race. So it is the 45 to 49 men Detector Inspector race. And it is Matthew French, Brad Johns and Ben Oxley. There's going to be Frenchie out in the lead at the moment on the 89, followed by the 166 of Oxley. And then we're going to come back to Brad in the third. Comfortably controlling this race is Frenchie as he powers down that third straight. Makes it look easy as he heads into the final turn. And that's how they're going to finish. Brad, Oxley, John. Margaret Williams is bringing us to 17 to 24 women. Hannah, Claire, Isabel and Sarah. Looks like Izzy's got the lead at the moment. Hannah slotted up into the second. Claire sitting in the third. Open wheel mix on this one. You will see some 20-inch and some 24s out on track, but it is Hannah holding on to second position at the moment. Izzy's got this under control at this stage on the 23. Claire's made a challenge trying to make that second position stick. It is side by side as they come down the third straight. Trying to find a way around the outside is Claire as she comes around the outside of Hannah. Hannah's going to have to dig deep to hold on to this second. Claire's gone high low trying to generate a bit more speed into that final, but it is Hannah at the moment, but Claire is coming home hard. Claire's trying to find... Oh! I think Claire got it. My favourite race of the day, it is the 30 to 34 men, brought to you by JD Build, Duncan and Kingston. Strong start by both Duncan brothers as they push down that first straight. It is Matt, pedal manual over that first, and down he comes, but it is his brother that's going to come around past him on the inside. Kyle's trying to keep with him on that bike as well. Matt's trying to make a move, trying to push his brother over. It is Matt that's going to slide up into the whole shot over him. It is going to be Matt coming into the lead, followed by Duncan in the second. Then we're going to bump back to Kingston. At the moment, it is still Matty Duncan still holding on to the lead over his brother, but I know Justin won't be finished yet. Trying to close the gap down, but Matt just keeps opening it up. Where has this come from? Matt's got all the speed on this race, and it is going to be Matt taking this one out. RCBO Electrical are bringing us the 9 boys today. Levi, Dougie, Mason, Max, and Lucas. All right, as Dougie's got a lead at this stage, with Maxie sitting in the second, they're going to go side by side, almost handlebar to handlebar. They did come together in the last, but they've kept it apart today. And now it is still Dougie holding on to the narrowest of leads over Max. And now we come into that second berm, and it's going to be Dougie at the moment. Max has got a lot of work to do, but he is really good in this rhythm section, so let's wait and see what he can do. It is Dougie by a bike, but Max is powerful through here. Now they're side by side. Now what's going to happen? It is trying to go around the outside of Dougie. He's going to have to push hard because Dougie's got the opportunity to squish him, but it is still side by side as they battle to the finish. It is Max just over Dougie. Brought to you by Detector Inspector. Charlie, Bristol and Samantha are out on track, all Launceston and Wynyard. Looks like Bristol might have slotted up into this first position at the moment, but it is our 1T rider that's right all over her back wheel trying to close it down, so it is going to be Samantha trying to find a way past. Bristol still holding on to the lead at this stage, but I know Samantha's going to try and work her way through this rhythm section, but open up the gap goes Bristol, bang, just like that. It goes from 1 to about 3 bike lengths. Challenge is on for Samantha to hold on to the second position because it is Charlie that's trying to find a way past, but I think she's got it under control, and it is going to be Bristol, Samantha, Charlie. 14 girls out on track, Lily, Chelsea, Amelia, Isabel and Emily. All right, round we go. First straight done and dusted for our leader, and it's going to be our 119 rider with Lily Farrar right in the lead, followed by Duck on her pink bike as she powers down that second straight. Still well under control of this race is Lily Farrell as she pushes down that third. Tell you what, Chelsea's doing well. She's holding on to that second place quite nicely. Then we are going to come back, and it's going to be Emily in the third, followed by Bella in the fourth. And this is how they're going to... Oh, no, moves trying to be made here. I thought we were done, but it is a challenge now being mounted for second position, but it looks like Chelsea's going to hold on to it just. Right, we're on to our last 5 races of the day. It is our Cruiser 8 to 10 boys, brought to you by Detector and Inspector. Strong start by Mason in the lead, following him down, followed by Mason in the third. It's a Mason sandwich as they go down that second straight. Holding on to the lead at the moment is going to be the older of the two brothers. It is going to be Landon, bit of air, he's up and through it. It's Nicholas Sweet holding on to the last finishing Geordie, trying to find a way past. Geordie's all over Sweet's back wheel. What can he do here? It is still Sweet holding on to second position, but his Landon's going to take this one out, and then it's going to come to Sweet. If he can just hold on to it, he's got to go. All right, away we go. We are now up to the Cruiser 13 to 14 boys and girls. It is Glenn Parker. Grace has got a lead on this one. All right, Grace has got this well under control. Barry's forgot how pedals work. Grace is just going to cruise home on this one. All right, Chaos Racing sponsoring the Cruiser 35 to 39 men. Leo, Joe, Ben and Joel out the track. Joe's got the jump over Ben at this stage, and he's going to be Joe into the first corner. Ben's going to try squeeze past on the inside, but they're going to come out side by side. It is going to be Joe with momentum taking the lead at this stage by a bike. Into the better line he goes into the first turn, so Ben's going to have to find a way past. Might be content just be sitting there in second position by the look of it, as it's Joe powering down through that third straight. Then we work our way back through. It's Leo sitting in the third and Joel in the fourth as they head for home. It is going to go the way of Joe, though, as he powers down towards the final finish line, followed by Ben, Leo, Joel. Junior Superclass men up next. And we're already away on this one, so we're here to finish today. So it's Archie, Oliver, Darcy and Hugo. Thinking you missed this one. It is going to be Manchannon out in the lead at the moment. Darcy in the second. Beams in with all the work to do in the third. Hugo in the fourth. Down the second straight they go. Manchannon's got a nice little lead. Beams is trying to mount a challenge over Darcy, trying to find a way past. He's going to have to go high-low, trying to generate that speed in the ribbon section. It is still Manchannon holding on to the lead. Darcy's trying to hold on to Beams. He's trying to squeeze past him. He's going to have to go all the way around the outside to find a way past. High-low again. Where are they going to go here? It is still going to be Manchannon holding on to this one, and it looks like it's going to go second. Darcy, Beams third. Hugo fourth. Final race of the day. It is our Superclass women, Superclass men. All right, we've got Byron firing down the first straight. Up over into the first berm he goes. Powering up now for the jumps as he comes down the pro straight. Up and over he goes. Bang, just it's done. Second done. Into the berm he goes. Works his way down through the ribbon section now. Beams is now entering the third straight as well. A few little jumps here, there, just working his way through efficiently. And now turning for home, he's just going to coast this one out. Manual's all the way down the final straight. All right, that's our done and dusted for today's event. If you are a sprocket or a mini wheeler, don't forget we will do your presentation on the finish line. For everybody else, presentations for the series will be done at the state titles. They're here in a couple of weeks' time. Right, if you borrowed a transponder, we do need you to bring them back. When you get a chance, we do have clippers up here if you need. Right, if we can start to gather all of our mini wheelers and sprockets towards the finish line, we'll get some presentations underway. All right, let's do some presentations for our mini wheelers and sprockets. All right, we're going to start with our mini wheelers. All right, if we can get Lacey Tuck, Kai Payton, Darcy Hepburn, Georgina Pemberton, and Lacey Campbell. If I can get 5 of you guys up here, hang around and we'll grab a group photo. Yep. All right, hang around, we're going to get a photo. Do we have Lacey or is she headed home already? All right, mini wheelers, where did you go? We need a photo. Quick, group back up for a photo so parents can get a photo. Well done, Georgina. All right, next up is going to be our under 5 sprockets. Ari, Liam, and Seth. Hang around and we'll do a group photo. All right, so we'll get this photo done. Awesome. Our last group is our 7 sprockets. Ryder, Jackson, Archie, Carson, Jackson, and Logan. Line up and we'll grab a group photo as well. All right, get a group photo. All the star loads. Hold up, hands up for a photo. Don't go anywhere. Oh, everyone's running for photos. Don't go anywhere. Hold up. Talon, you want a photo? You good? Yep.